Hey, welcome back to Barbecue My Way. I ran home from lunch today to make some pimento cheese sandwiches Masters style. This is the way they make them at Augusta National for the Masters tournament. And I thought, you know what? I don't think I've ever videotaped this. I've written an article on it, but I thought, what the heck? It's going to take just a couple of minutes. So I'll show you how to make some Augusta National style Masters pimento cheese sandwiches here at Barbecue My Way. Be real quick. Alright, so here we go. Get a big, nice big bowl. We're going to first add 24 ounces of shredded, and I like to go with the finely shredded, sharp cheddar cheese. And you'll need a big bowl because there's a lot of cheese here starting off. This bowl may not be big enough. This recipe I found on the the Augusta Chronicle newspaper. Augusta is where they host the Masters, of course, and the Masters is known for their pimento cheese sandwiches, and I've had them many times, and this recipe tastes just like the sandwiches, other than the fact that I use whole wheat bread instead of white. But we've got 24 ounces of shredded cheese, sharp cheddar. Excuse me. Now we're going to do 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. But it is. We're going to do a 1/2 cup of the horseradish sauce, like that, the stuff that looks like mayo but tastes like horseradish. And then instead of pimentos, I like to use just fire roasted peppers, a little over a cup, drained. And I'll be kind of pureeing this stuff so you'll see it all get mixed up. And then I do something a little different. I do add some hot sauce to mine because I like them a little spicy. Now that's not part of the official Augusta recipe, but it's delicious. If you don't like if you want to keep it really traditional, just don't add that. Okay, so now you take a fork and you're going to mix all this together. Don't worry about excuse me, about the peppers, because those are going to be pureed here in a second. We're just trying to get the mayonnaise incorporated and the horseradish incorporated fairly well through the cheese. So when we go to puree it, blend it, whatever you want to call it, I forget the utensil we use, you'll see it here in a little bit. And personally, I mean, you could chop up the peppers or the pimentos and just serve it, you know, like a coarse cheese like this with just a little bit of binding. Personally, I think pureeing it gives it that smooth spread look and feel, just like the sandwiches at Augusta. Alright, so that's pretty close, and now we're going to go to the actual pureeing process. So we've got our Ninja contraption here that we use. I guess you could use a blender too, it just might take a little bit longer. Oh, crumb. Then we're going to try to get all the cheese and peppers and everything into the blender itself. I'm doing this kind of hurriedly because I've got an appointment back at the office, so I'm not being as careful as I should be. I'm sure Liz is going to appreciate the little mess I left her here to clean. She's on summer break right now for a few days. So there you go. Put the lid on. Move the cheese, pimento cheese, to our Tupperware bowl that we're going to keep it stored in. I love taking these to work. What I typically do, although I don't think we have any, is serve it on whole wheat with a bunch of spinach leaves on it. That way I feel like it's kind of healthy. Maybe I'm fooling myself, I don't know. But here's what it should look like. Kind of a little bit more kind of a peanut butter maybe texture with a little bit of coarseness in it. And you'll see just chunks of pimento. It depends on how thoroughly you like it pulverized. I like it kind of like a spread with maybe just a little bit of chunk of cheese in it. There's kind of a close-up if I don't drop it. Bring it up to you there. Hard to see through the camera. But it's the horseradish, the sharp cheddar. It's just a great sandwich, and I'm absolutely convinced that this is the recipe of the Masters Tournament. Having had that sandwich before, this tastes identical to it, and again, it came out of the Augusta Chronicle. So I'll take some pictures of the sandwich. Boys, that's all, boys and girls, that's all she wrote. I got to get back to the office. See ya.